Hello and welcome to this week's Cari Connects. I am Psychic Medium Cari Mugz, and each week I pull a card from a deck to let you know what's coming up for the week and the signs and symbols to watch for. If you're listening to this on my Spunky Spirit podcast, you can watch it on my Instagram, my TikTok, or my YouTube at Cari Mugz. I also have a Facebook page called Spunky Spirit. Now, if you're watching this, it's most likely for you. This message is for you, but always take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. Okay. Now, last week we had the joy card with the balloons. This week we are using, because it's spooky season, we're using the Halloween Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. She says there's a light lifting the veil between worlds every night. So this is actually a pretty cute deck. It can be kind of spooky, some of the pictures, but it's got on the back, it's got cats and pumpkins. And then there's just different, actually that's pretty cool. Both of those pictures that I just showed you were owls. And then there's just different, some of them are cute, some of them are kind of different. So it's kind of a different deck. So, okay. So this week we are, there's two together. Okay. So this week it's winter. It's the sacredness of pausing. So I know it's fall, but after everything that's been going on and all the chaos and all the craziness in the world lately, and probably your lives, because I've been getting lots of people that come in for readings and they've been like, everything's been nuts. And we'd be a fool if we couldn't feel it with all the eclipses, the hurricanes, everything that's been going on. There's been so much chaos. And so this one is this card this week is to reminding you to pause, to take the sacredness of pausing. You don't have to meditate. It always helps. Meditation is the number one way to help you connect to spirit. But the sacredness of pausing, I want you to really make an effort this week. You're going to need to step back and take a look and look at things in a different way or a different perspective. You're going to have to stop in the middle of the chaos and just pause for a minute, and don't do things in such a hurried way. Don't rush through this week. Don't just try and get things done. Don't just sign the contracts. Don't just try to get it done at work, and don't just do things because you're in a rush. And make sure you take a pause and you really reflect and look at what you're doing or what's coming, and take deep breaths and live in the now. Spirit can only talk to you when you live in the now. So make sure that this week there's sacredness in the pause, right? Like when you just stop and take a breath for a minute, there's just a sacredness about that. So that's what this week's going to be about. It's going to be a little, as it already hasn't been, a little chaotic. Things will be a little chaotic, but when you get too overwhelmed, which has kind of been a thing this week, but when you get too overwhelmed, stop and remember the sacredness of pausing. Just pause and breathe and ground and be in the moment. Grounding's super important too. It just puts you in the present. Okay. So some of the signs are going to be this week. Obviously, it says winter, which is kind of cool because right now it's Halloween and most of the cards are Halloween cards. And so anything that's like winterscaped or winter pictures, and then look at this really pretty, the river, or this really pretty, it's kind of a river, winter type. So any kind of winter type scenery, snow, any type of, you're going to be seeing a lot of fall leaves. So that's going to count. But, not the ones that are out on your ground already. See if there's something magical about certain leaves that fall right in front of you, or just something that stands out that's different. And obviously this full moon behind it. So we have autumn scenery, we have leaves, not autumn scenery, leaves that stand out specifically, and this full moon, and then winter scenery. These cards don't have numbers on them, but we're going to use, let's see, 666, because it's not a bad number, but it's perfect for the spooky season. So 666 means you're too much in your head. You're thinking too much. Get out of your head and really look around. So that's the sacredness of the pause, right? So 666, and let's do 111, because 111 means that you need to be really careful of your thoughts because you're manifesting. So 111 and 666. Also, we're going to do a word for the week from now on too. And this week is going to be pause. Just take a moment and pause. Okay. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful card. The new beginning. Winter is like kind of telling us it's all coming to an end. So hopefully this craziness is going to come to an end. So that's the card of the week. I also kind of like want to talk a little bit about some friends of mine who need, there's a couple of friends of mine. One's named Karen, one's named Darla, and they are fighting some illnesses, and I would love it if you could send them some prayers, send them some love. They're fighting some issues, some cancer issues, and I would love it if you could send them some love and prayers. We all know prayers work, right? We all know that energy works. So if you have something that you're going through, or you know somebody and you want somebody to you need some prayers, or you need an extra energy, DM me and let me know, and we'll kind of start maybe sending that energy your way, because we know right now it's a really hard it's hard right now. It is for all of us. And so pause, take that moment, pause, take a deep breath, and send that good energy to yourself and to other people. And I love you guys, and I will see you next week.